Welcome, straight batters. Here with the Adelaide Bat Doctor, Matt McCleary. Welcome, Matt.
Thanks for having me on.
As we've mentioned in previous episodes, we've got a new segment, Willow Talk. And with Willow Talk there, we want you to send in a story, 50 words or less, about your cricket bat, why you would like a new custom-made bat from Matt. So he's the premier batman around. He's been my personal doctor. He's still got this rash he hasn't got rid of, though, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But anyway, Matt, welcome. Just wondering, how did this all start?
Oh, I'm a cricket tragic. I just love the game. Cannot get enough of it.
Yeah.
So I sent my bat off to get repaired with a broken handle. It came back. I wasn't really happy with the repair.
Yeah.
When I questioned it, I was told we're the only ones that do it. So that's, well, not anymore.
Yeah.
So in between, my mate's been happy to let me work on their bats and just getting some old bats and finding some contacts and finding handles, and it just sort of was growing from there.
Yep, brilliant, mate. So self-taught?
Self-taught.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, your wife loves you when for your birthday she sent you to country Victoria, and I did a bat making course with a guy called Ian Cullen. He played some test matches and one days for Australia back when Willie and Tomo were around. So he had a course back there, and there was 5 people from South Australia went and did that. So that was 7 till 5. We were in his shed learning how to shape bats and what tools to use, etc., etc. So the actual handle replacement self-taught. But the amount of the actual, I'm a qualified bat maker.
Yeah.
In terms of that. So you said you definitely know your wife loves you when she does that.
Beautiful stuff, mate. University as well. Did it lead to any university in higher honours?
No, I'm not a bat surgeon yet. Just still a bat doctor.
The doctor, all right. That's not good. That's pretty good, mate. The social side of it. I see you post some things now and then, and I see you
big on. I'm not big. I'm not massive. I'm old. The social stuff. I'll post something on Facebook and then I'll put something on Instagram. But it's not the end of the world. Hopefully, for me, word of mouth has been the biggest spread. Someone sees a bat, or I pull out a bat when I was playing, and someone would have a look at it, and you go from there.
I've seen some photos there in some hotels and whatever else, or like different locations around the spot with emergency surgery on bats or whatever for some players and all that.
So luckily enough, I'm a contact for Cricket Australia.
Yep. So
during the World Cup, I fixed bats for the Netherlands, Bangladesh. Oh, who else was there? India. I did some stuff with India, and so on and so on. So that just you're pretty much going to drop everything, grab their bats, fix them, send them back in, and I've still been lucky enough. So then I'll get a shirt signed for my son. So in his bedroom, he's got a wall full of signed shirts from different countries.
Beautiful. Any favourites there, internationals that you like doing?
Oh, I'll have to show you this one.
Yep.
So that was always a good one.
Big Alex, yes, I did see there back in the day. He had ABD on his bat as well there.
Yeah, but I was lucky enough at the Big Bash for a few years. He did that for me. He's a really good guy. I've known Alex since he was quite young, so it was really good of him to do that for me.
Did I see him in here recently getting all tuned up and
he
for the summer?
As a keeper, he had what we called was a nick bat. So you cut a bat in half, put some rubber in it, cut the rubber, put it all back together, and the whole idea. You might have seen some stuff where they just sit in behind and try and hit balls. It's meant to be slight deflections and stuff like that. So I did a couple of them before he went to England and then India and so on. So they don't last very long, but he was good enough to come in and give me some stuff he doesn't use. Basically, he's never going to use that again. So I'm quite happy to put it in here.
Beautiful, mate. Anyone else that's of interest that the viewers would most have a little chuckle about? Maybe some.
What's have I done?
I see a big Kieran Pollard.
Yeah, I've done him.
How big are those bats?
5 grips. He had 5 grips, £3.10. They were massive. His hands, like he shook my hand and it disappeared. And that's the quietest I've seen my wife walk out my back door when Kieran Pollard walked in and introduced herself. Other than that, she usually doesn't. So what else have we done? There's Shakib Al Hassan from. I've done him. I did him just before a World Cup game. Fixed his handle and dropped it off that day, and sat and watched him. And then that's when Bangladesh beat England. This was a few years ago. Most nervous 80 runs I've had in my life. There's a list of ones there. Christ, I can't even remember, but
I'll put you on the spot there, mate. Sorry about that. It's the fear of the camera, mate. I know that one as well. Moving on. So, yeah, obviously the bat repairs there. Also, I see around. Obviously, you're tied up with Unley Cricket Club, the same as me. Everyone knows I'm Unley because I talk about it every week.
Yeah.
But there's so many kids down there rocking the ABD brand, Adelaide Bat Doctor, custom made the bats. I've seen a few of them have been in here before and shaping it. Young Lockie Bird, to name one. So what would you look at? Who would come and get a bat off you, custom made bat? What are some of the reasons why they would do it?
Look, a lot of the parents, if you give the opportunity and turn around and say, well, here's a Christmas present for your child. Yeah. We've got a cleft. We can then turn around and he can help shape it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the parents like it more than the kids.
The dads.
Yeah. And I think it's more, and even with my son and yours, you want to show people how things are made rather than just what's in the shop.
Yeah.
This is the process of how a bat's made. You don't just go and grab it but you can customize it. You can ask for the weight. You can get wood off. As the person sitting here, they can pick it up and they can go, oh, it still feels a bit heavy. And you can take a little bit off here and a little bit off there.
Yeah.
And just really customize it to them. They get to choose the cleft. I'm just going to have to bend over. But
yeah.
So we've got that's, for example, that's a senior cleft there. So, you'll come in and we'll get a few to choose from.
Yeah.
And we'll go through and we'll tap up. And we'll find one, if it sounds like that, we're not buying it. But if it sounds like that.
Yeah.
And then from there, a lot of people would have a bat, their favourite bat that they had, and they want to come back and can you shape one like the favourite one I've had?
Yes.
So you try and, match up the piece of timber as best you can with the wood.
I saw a ripper you did for a lad from Spock ranking.
Oh,
he made us 310
a
few years ago now with his
bat,
GM with the big bow in the middle or the big middle there.
Yeah, so I've also done my own version of double scoop.
Yeah.
That was on socials. I've attempted to make an old Ridgeback back in the day. So that was, just sit inside and I like just the fiddly stuff.
Yeah.
And then work out how you can make it and go from there.
Yeah, so a bit of trial and error there with the bats over the time.
Oh, 100%.
So with that, were you using the bat back when you were playing?
Yep.
So you've
I've still got one of mine here. I can show you.
Yeah. Well, it must be important, mate. In the case.
In the case. So have a bit of that bad boy.
Jesus.
That's what we call a unicorn. It's big and light.
Mate, this is a left-handed bat, isn't it?
100% it is.
Yeah, picked up like a lefty.
Yeah.
Mate, that picks up so light. That is unbelievable.
Guaranteed runs in left-handers' hands.
Mate, look at the grains on there. I don't know if you can see that, guys. I don't know if we can see it. Maybe Matt should be showing it. He's qualified, but the grains on that, unbelievable. Nice and straight.
So that's something. That's a bit of a myth. The grains.
Well, I was going to say that's what I was going to lean to.
Yeah, it's a bit of a myth. You actually got to look towards sort of 8 to 10 with nice even growth.
Yeah.
Because you'll find that those bats will last longer.
Yeah.
If you've got a bat with lots of narrow grains, it's an old piece of wood because it's taken a long time to grow. It'll perform better early, but it will not last.
So, high performance, low shelf life. Yeah. Talking about high performance, your career, mate. Talk us a bit of that. I know.
I love talking about my career.
I was told not to say anything, but I couldn't help myself. But no, going through that, I know you Panorama there. You were with the Panorama boys for a while. I know you went to district cricket as well a bit. Maybe just talk us through that 1,000-run year you had in LOs and when you went to, I think you went to Prospect.
So originally we started. Well, I sort of gave up cricket to travel because I got into the snow.
Yeah.
So, for 6 years I did endless winter. Falls Creek, America, Falls Creek, Canada. So
suntan for endless.
Endless winter, yes. So that was where I didn't really play cricket.
Yeah.
And I came back and I decided I better get a bit, stop being a bum.
Yeah.
And, bought a house and had to get into work, etc., etc. And one Saturday afternoon I just went for a sleep. And my wife came home and goes, you need to find something to do. So one of the ladies at her work said, oh, my brother plays cricket for this team. I went, oh, okay. So I wandered out and then I've sort of was there ever since. So, we started in the Adelaide Suburban and then it was too hard for the 2-week games. And then we decided to come over to the Adelaide Turf. And we started in Div 7 and we worked our way up to Div 3 without even winning a final.
So the joys of minor premiers.
Are you happy to get up? Yeah, we didn't even make finals some week and we went up. But it was like, do you want to come up? Sure. First thing you have to look at is what teams you have to play and how far you have to travel. But that worked all right. We were based in the Parklands there, Pulteney Ovals.
Yep.
and then we ended up at Montrose.
Yep.
Which, it's a small oval, but you don't have to run far to get things.
Hey, it's mine.
Yeah.
It's my home ground.
Yeah. So we used to have the kids lying on the outside, give them a can of Coke, they throw the ball back. So yeah, that was that. That year that I got 1,000 runs in a year, started off the year with 300s in a row. And finally, I laugh. My son's done the same thing for Sturt.
Yeah, he is a bit more classy.
Yeah,
He's a right-hander for a start.
He's done that. So he's saying, Dad, I'm coming for you. He didn't get 4 in a row.
He's nearly got you on high. I saw him the other week. Jeez, he's shot up, mate. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. So then that started with that. Then I went away for a week and came back a couple of low scores, and then just got 60s and 100s. And the last game, I think I had to get 80-odd runs to get it, and I was bloody nervous.
Yeah.
Got dropped. I was lucky enough to get dropped at square leg, and I still reckon I had 10 runs to go, and that was just like, turned to the guy and said, thank you. And then I got it, but it was a double-edged sword. I got 1,000 runs, but the team didn't make finals.
Yeah.
So it was like, So that was, it was just nice, a nice achievement. Something to, I got a little plaque, and I can still tell my son, when you get 1,000 runs in a year, mate. And I only had 14 innings. So.
And then you went to Prospect?
Now, Prospect before that, I went to Prospect when I was 39 because I hit cricket balls like people hit golf balls.
Yeah.
So that was I'm 49, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was hitting golf balls at the cricket balls at the Gillespie Centre, and one of the coaches said, why don't you come out? And I said, I spoke to my wife. She said, yeah, go for it. So I had 1 year of A-grade district cricket when I was 39 and ended up being the third leading run scorer for the club for that year.
Who were some of your teammates then?
Ross Whiteley.
Yeah, he's a good Englishman, isn't he?
Yeah, still speak to him. He's gone back to Derby, so where it all began for him.
Yeah.
Sam Miller was running around.
Big Sam.
Yeah, he's a Bradman medalist.
He's played a bit at Modbury over the years, I reckon, as well.
Yeah. And then just some other guys like that probably aren't even playing anymore, to tell you the truth.
No, Nathan Lyon, was he? He was well.
No, he was before my time.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
You can wait. Sorry about that. Put that on silent. That was I only got 1 year there. I thought, because back then it was Saturday, Sunday, and we had 2 young kids, and the wife just gone, one's enough.
Yeah.
And I thought at 40, after you play Saturday, Sunday, then you're going to front up for a Tuesday T20. You could play violin on my hamstrings. I just couldn't do it. So
what about in the early days? What was your level? Obviously, if you've gone from LO 5, 6 or whatever, 4 to A-grade district, it's a fair jump. Obviously, there's plenty of talent there. There must have been some sort of base at the start there.
Wasn't the worst junior cricketer.
Yeah.
I grew up just outside of Mildura.
Yeah.
Played in the Sunraysia League there. Came over to Adelaide, actually played football. I met my wife, and that didn't work out real well. Yeah. The wife's still here. And then I played at West Torrens.
Yeah.
Played a couple of A-grade games at West Torrens before I went overseas. And so I sort of run around the C's and B's at West Torrens.
Yeah.
But concentrating more on football. That's sort of how I got to Adelaide and how I got into cricket. But I've always loved cricket. Always loved cricket. And if you don't, my daughter started playing cricket. She worked out if she wants my affection, she's got to play cricket.
You're a good man. I see you around the Unley Cricket Club a lot. You do a lot for community cricket. I see so many of your signs around the places and people using your gear. I mean, it is what cricket's about, isn't it? Big family and helping each other out.
You can talk to anyone. It's just, it's great. You go to different games, and even if you get picked in, Nate gets picked in ATCA comps, and you catch up with parents from Brighton and Goodwood, and when you go to play them again, it's an easy conversation to have. Walk up and the ice is broken already. Yeah, so cricket's great like that.
And lastly, mate, talk about your lad Nate. We've touched on it then, and I see he's already got 3 centuries this year. How old is he?
13.
He's 13 now. I know the other week he played in the 17s at Unley, and he played 16 Reds last week as well at Sturt. So the kid's flying at the minute. What bat's he using? Is he Grey Nichols, man? Or Kookaburra? Our good sponsors at Kookaburra. Is he one of them?
Not yet. No, he is fully sponsored by Dad. Like
all the kids.
Like most cricketers.
Yeah.
So, no, he's got, there's actually a bat behind you there. I've got to put it back together. He's got, how many grains on that one was?
Yeah, just enough, mate. About 10, I reckon.
Yeah, so, and then it's just,
bit of glue there.
He's got to keep putting it back together, and it's not the biggest thing for me, kids, is the weight of the bat.
Yeah.
Everyone wants these great big edges, but as a rule, that comes with weight.
Yes.
If you can't swing it, you can't use it. So he's grown into a full size bat.
Well, he's a full size. He's nearly got you, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he's getting tall, mate. I'll tell you. It's a nice looking bat again, there, guys. Plenty of runs in that one this year. 3 centuries already. I'm going to tip 7 this year. Put the mockers on him. Just like my tipping. No, beautiful, mate. I really appreciate your time and coming out here. What we'll do is we'll just quickly have a quick look as well while we're here.
So all the bats are actually made with these hand tools. So just to give you a rough idea, that's called a draw knife. So a draw knife, that starts up with your bat making. So you get a lot of wood off, and it's quite a precise tool. From there, you move to a pull shave. So that actually gives you, if you can see, that actually gives you the concave part in the back of the bat. Then a bit more fine, you've got your, I can't remember the names of that now. You've got different tools for different parts. You got, your block plane.
Yep.
Probably the only real mechanical thing I use is a orbital sander just to finish things off. The rest of it is all 100% by hand, using these tools from what I learnt when I was in country Victoria about 10 years ago.
Nah, brilliant, mate. I mean, I must admit, guys, I've brought my bats in here. I don't know why. I reckon Matt's fixed up a few of them, haven't you? They're getting a bit heavy for me, so you made them a bit lighter over the years, and you can put extra edges on them. I don't know why, but
I just make it smaller.
No, that's all good. All right, that's going to wrap us up from here in the Bat Cave with Matt McCleary, the Bat Doctor. Again, hop on socials, see what we're doing, and enter the competition. It's well worth it. Thanks, guys.